You've been in charge of land forces. How would you tell us how one could today, quote unquote, open the Strait of Hormuz? How does one do it when you have Iran sending, missiles, drones, other such things? Apparently 16 ships and tankers have been, attacked since Thursday. So there's an ongoing retaliation by Iran, and it's said that it would use this if it was attacked, because this is its only leverage in an asymmetrical war. So given those conditions, how would you open it up?
Well, if I was looking at this as a joint commander, I'd say, firstly, there is a major naval component. Of course there is, because it is the Navy which has to conduct the demining and to escort tankers through the strait, as they did back in the tanker wars of the 1980s. There is also a major air and quite possibly a land component. The air to provide the cover, to target missile batteries and the like. But I think any operation like this requires very likely some form of presence on the land, because it is on the land that the decisions will be made and where the decisive effect takes place, in order to clear missile launchers and to potentially erect some form of anti-drone defense to prevent drones penetrating into the strait. So I think this is a very complex operation. It is not to be undertaken lightly, and it would need overwhelming force if it is to succeed.
So you're talking about land. So there's Kharg Island. That's one piece of land that the president has, expressed kind of interest in possibly occupying and taking over in order to choke Iran's entire economic lifeline. And then there's the other land, which is the coastline that is running down by Kharg Island. So if the US were to land Marines or whatever on those pieces of territory, would that be an easy operation to hold, or are they subject to fire from the land?
Well, it'd be a major operation. And you mentioned Kharg Island. There's been a lot of talk about Kharg Island, and indeed there is a Marine Expeditionary Unit steaming towards the Gulf from Japan. But if you're to mount an amphibious operation to land troops on Kharg Island, you've got to get them through the Strait of Hormuz. So you've got that problem, firstly, which means that if you are to take Kharg Island, it probably has to be an airborne operation. This is really complex stuff. And as I say, it's going to require significant force. I'm sure America can apply massive force very quickly and concentrate it. And indeed, they've been... according to the media, they've been bombing oil installations on Kharg Island, and the Iranians would not be able to resist. But it's one thing to take it, it's another thing to hold it, and then what do you do with it? And similarly, it's one thing to mount an operation to open up the Strait of Hormuz, land an amphibious force, secure the coastline to allow a convoy or series of convoys through for a specific period of time. But then what do? Do you occupy it permanently? Then you're into a different order of magnitude altogether. And even then, I would say just the mechanics of launching an operation to secure a temporary passage through the line of the Strait of Hormuz by landing amphibious troops would itself be a major operation.
Mm-hmm. General, the US administration, from Trump on to Secretary of Defense Hegseth, have sort of poo-pooed the idea that, the Strait of Hormuz was an issue, that oil prices are an issue. Now they clearly know that it is an issue, but they keep saying, short-term pain for long-term gain. So with that, at this point, more than nearly 3 weeks in now, who do you think is got the upper hand in this asymmetrical war now?
Well, America and Israel have pulverized and blasted Iran to bits. And Iran's military capability, by all accounts, has been severely degraded. So in that sense, in a sort of attritional industrial warfare sense, America and Israel have the upper hand. But right now, because of the Strait of Hormuz, because of the economic implications globally, I think President Trump is in danger of looking pretty stupid now, because Clearly, he and his military planners did not wargame the effect and likely second and third order impacts of their operations, which have led not only to regional war, to the blocking of the Strait of Hormuz, and to economic global meltdown. So I think he's got himself, in a sense, the Iranians, for all their weakness, have got Trump over a barrel now.